Well, what's going on, guys? This is Carl with the Racerred channel. How are you guys doing? What have you been up to? I am just in the middle of the woods. A wild animal. I just saw a woodpecker. One of those crazy red-headed woodpeckers. Tried to take a picture of it, but my phone was being dumb, so I took a picture of a tree instead. More like I was being dumb with the phone. This is one of my favorite places to come and ride. I hope that you guys enjoy it as well. Some pretty cool terrain. A lot different than a lot of the country. I've been to a lot of different riding areas around California and Utah, even down to Arizona. South Dakota. South Dakota can be very similar in some areas, it seems. But I've noticed that it's not nearly as steep. In Idaho, we have real steep stuff. Whereas other places, you generally don't get the steep terrain. However, in Utah, there's a lot of steep stuff as well. I mean, you can go to any hard enduro and get some really gnarly stuff. I've done a few hard enduros. It's above my pay grade. Just about everybody crashes in that stuff. The best guys are trials riders, the guys who are used to launching from rock to rock. But yeah, you get a really good mixture here in Idaho. Right now I'm in Cambridge. I've always said this when I'm here, but every rock here in Cambridge seems to move. Nothing seems to be embedded or implanted well enough to just stay put. A lot of it just moves around. This place is always testing your adaptability and your balance. The sun is getting a little bit low, I can tell that by the shadows. I think it's somewhere around 6 o'clock. I'll head back before too long. You can hear the beetles as I go through and slow down in some of these sections. A bunch of beetles making noise. Once you stop and listen, that's one thing I like to do on a bike, is I stop and listen every once in a while. That's a good view. But there's a lot of stuff going on around me. There's a lot of wild beasts. Whether it's birds everywhere or little critters jumping around across the trail. When you first stop and turn off your engine, everything is a little bit quiet. There's a few things making noise, but it gets quiet. It's like everybody stops and looks at you, like, what's he doing? And then after a little bit, you can hear. I'm going to stop right here and listen to these. Surprisingly loud, those are. Anyways, if you wait just a few moments, all the animals start to come back out. That woodpecker landed right next to me. I was trying to get my phone out to take a video, actually, but the stupid phone wouldn't work. Wouldn't read my face. I'm sure you can take a picture without opening your phone all the way. I've never figured that out. A tree branch just stuck me right in the face, right at the seam of my goggle, tried to poke me in the eyeball. Things are always trying to kill you out here. That right there is why I wear everything that I can. I wear a sweatshirt. As long as I'm not gonna overheat, I'll wear a sweatshirt. It really helps. I wear Under Armour sweatshirts, the old school Storm ones. I find them on eBay. They're way more durable than the new ones for some reason. I don't know why they went backwards, but the old Storm hoodies are where it's at. But anyway, like if you got swarmed by a bunch of wasps, I don't even think they could sting me through this sweatshirt. But that goes for a lot of things, trying to get you, including branches, it's trying to stick you. Not a lot. Well, nothing has gone through this sweatshirt. I've been wearing this for years. It's my armor. Pretty durable sweatshirt. And I wear knee guards. These pants are pretty weak. These are my custom Racerred pants. I've gotten used to them, and I still wear my protection underneath of them, but as far as the pants themselves go, there's not much to them. Pretty thin. But as I'm going through these trees, I'm realizing that it's not all that bad. They actually work pretty well. Look at that water. I'm sure that it doesn't do it justice on video, but the power of this coming down through here, pretty intense. You can smell the water. I really love a good stream of water. Beautiful. B-E-A, beautiful. So I believe this would have been the end of the ride that my buddy invited me on, like last week or a couple weeks ago. Oh shoot! I am pointing the wrong direction. There's another bird. As I'm riding through tall grass and things seem easy, I tuck my toes in because things aren't ever quite easy. That's when you'll get caught off guard, when things are easy in your own mind. You'll let your toes out there and you'll get jacked up. Things will go sideways fast. A rock will just take your foot and bend it 180 degrees. Growing up, I used to wear a size 12 Alpine Star Tech 7 boot. And that was when I was like real young. I can't remember when I got those. But it was supposed to be basically, the mentality was that those were going to be my only pair of boots ever. So we got a size 12 and I had to learn to ride that way. It wasn't until I was an adult and I got new boots and I realized those were huge. So it actually made me, oh, let's go. I am so sideways. Woo! Oh, well. Anyways, lost my momentum and things were getting squirrely down in there. But as I got older, realized these gigantic boots were really cumbersome. But I had learned to ride with them anyway. Because I was not a size 12 when I was that age. I think I got them when I was like 10 or 12 or something like that. And I had them until I was like 20. Yeah, my gearing is tall. I want to go slower than what I am with the clutch out. Telling you guys, 12-tooth countershaft sprocket. If you're going to ride this stuff, just keep this stock rear sprocket and put a 12-tooth countershaft on it. You're good to go. Because right now, I'm running a 13. It's a little too tall. What is that in front of me? You see that little lizard? What a freak. Good thing I saw him. I almost ran the poor little guy over. He was trying to race me. It's the downside of being the fastest gunman in the West. Someone's always trying to gun you down. Everybody wants to race. That lizard came out. He's like, I want to race. Meanwhile, I'm like, hey, I just want to go for a relaxed ride. And no, I'm not the fastest in the West. I'm just being silly. Because I'm pushing through the bushes. I'm bushwhacking. Bushwhacking. Another thing that the sweatshirt does for me is keeps all the poison off of me. Everything out here wants to kill you. A lot of these plants will not do your skin any favors. So I like to keep the poison ivy and the thorns off of my skin. Some elk track right here. Or something. I went through there pretty quick. I couldn't really tell what that was. Let's see. This looks like a horse. Can't really tell. I'm seeing partials. Nah, that's an elk. Thought somebody had their horse up in here. But nope, not so. This in here is a little off-camber section. Like I said, you're floating. These rocks just float you around. Starting to hop off trail there a little bit. Just going into the bushes. Is that a trail? If it is, it's non-motorized for sure. I don't know if I'd want to hike that thing. Not much there. But if you want to roam through the mountains, there's an option. There are so many miles of mountains and wilderness. I'm not sure why you would want to hike anywhere near a dirt bike trail. Granted, this one is one that not a lot of people ride, so I wouldn't mind hiking in here. But in general, I don't know why people hike motorized trails. Just find stuff that's non-motorized. There's lots of it. I've seen too many videos where there's issues between riders and hikers. It's like, you know, the motorcyclists made the trail systems, right? It wouldn't even exist if it weren't for the dirt bikes. Pretty. This is beautiful in here. I have to turn around here in a while though. Getting pretty far out. Far out. I'm gonna turn around. But there's some cool stuff here. 6? It's not too late. Stroke flame out. You know what I haven't done in a while is check on the treasure. I need to hide more treasure. Yeah, I just remembered that. I need to hide more treasure. I actually have some more autographs that I acquired. And Seth Enslow said he would do it. So I need to send him some super cool stuff. Who doesn't want a Seth Enslow autograph? Hidden in the mountains. Fun fact though, that last order I sent to PSA was the last order possible. PSA no longer does that for non-official, non-pack pulled cards. They don't encapsulate your custom cards anymore. I guess there was probably too much confusion between those and real pack-pulled official cards. So PSA put a thing out saying that they will no longer accept custom cards. And that's really sad. I just realized that I don't really know where I'm going to end up here. I've gone this far before. Maybe I have. Like I said, generally I don't ride this side of the mountain range. What I really want to do is get some tracks on that mountain range across the highway, the hit mountains, and uncover those trails. Get those all opened up and visible. Make sure that they are all visible and get people riding them. We have an issue of trails being underridden. People complain about their trails getting demolished, but it's a non-issue here in Idaho. That's just because people are going to these main areas like Idaho City and then looking at trails like, oh no, the trail right next to the parking lot is getting worn out and whooped out. Do you guys see any whoops on this trail? No. This is the good stuff. And there's more really good stuff across the highway over there. We just need to ride it and get it visible. Otherwise, it's going to go away. Because what the Forest Service does is they kind of get people to where they don't ride certain areas, and then they shut it down because it's not being used, which is dumb. Why shut it down? Just let us go in there and clear it out one day. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave you with the view here. Appreciate you coming by and watching the videos. I've got a bug crawling around my chest. Crawled right in there. What a weirdo. Gross. Anyways, catch you on the next video. Peace. Ah! Little freak. That was a butterfly. Disgusting. Ugh. At least it wasn't a wasp.
His name is Racerred. If he
Because
wasn't
they're
riding,
low.
he'd be in bed.
He
He naps during the day. He rides his lovely garage bass. Oh, he rides all night. Full throttle all the time. Oh, he was born to ride. Red Racer. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Suddenly, Mazuzor, her shadows is it. Mazuzor, wait a minute. English, how are we?